Today I'm going to show you how to introduce dogs to each other in a safe way.
Make sure when you bring the dog up to greet another dog for the first time that your leash is really nice and relaxed, and so are you.
Good boy.
Good. Good. What Amy and I will make sure is that our leashes don't get tangled. Once the dogs have greeted each other, it's really important just to take them for a walk, move it, because sometimes if you just hang out there and stand there, the dogs have nowhere to go and they might get a little frustrated or a little scared with each other, and then there might be an altercation. But as long as you move it, it gives the dogs other things to do, like sniff and smell and discover their area. Takes the kind of tension out of any first greeting. Whenever you're having two dogs greeting for the first time, whether it be a second dog that you're introducing into your family or a dog that you're just, you're greeting, a friend's dog that you're greeting, always make sure it's on neutral territory. That's why we've come out to this park. Altercations can happen when you bring the new dog right onto the existing dog's territory without any warning whatsoever, or your friend brings around her dog onto your dog's territory. Introducing dogs on neutral ground takes the tension out of any territoriality they might have. As long as you're in a safe area or you've got good recall with your dogs, take them off leash. When dogs are off leash, they have more of the ability to act naturally, more than they do when they're on the leash.
Ready?
Go run, go run, go play, go on. When the dogs are playing like this, it's really important just to monitor their play. Yeah, play's quite rough, but the dogs will tell each other when they've had too much. If you think that one dog is maybe overpowering the other, then you can intervene. Now Jasmine's female dog chases a male dog. Jasmine's flirting. Now you see the break and play. This is really important. There was a break and play, and what Chase is doing is Chase is showing Jasmine his behind. When he shows her the behind, that's a kind of play with me gesture. It's in a sort of appeasement but play with me gesture. It's basically showing the non-bitey end to her so that she doesn't have to be scared of him. When dogs are playing really well with each other, you'll see that there are moments of stillness. Play is like mock combat. It's like mock battle. It's not serious. Both dogs know that they're playing, but in order to establish that play is continuing as play, there are always brief pauses, brief moments during play where the dogs will either shake off, they'll sniff, they'll do something else, or they'll offer a play bow or something to each other in order just to say, hey, this isn't a battle, we're still cool. Yay, nice, good. Now you can see both dogs are checking back in with us. This is really important too, to give them confidence. When they do come back and check in, you say good and then send them on their way again. Be aware of the size of dog that your dog is greeting. Obviously for Jasmine, a larger dog, it's a little bit more worrying for her. So again, even though she's barking, I'm still going to allow her to go up. This is Amy's other dog, James Dean. Hi. Hi. Jasmine was a little bit afraid of him to begin with because he's a lot of a bigger dog. Now they've said hello to each other, now we're just going to walk around. Now, if it gets to the point now where you think you can let the dogs off, you think it's safe to do so, then, and you have a good recall for both your dogs, then do so. But remember, the size difference is very different. So really maintain both dogs whilst they're off leash. And if things get too much, especially for the little dog, then obviously call the dogs back to you. Put them back on leash so as not to overwhelm any of them. If the dogs don't want to play together, that's absolutely fine. Just as long as they're just hanging out and existing in the same area and nothing bad is happening, the dogs don't have to play with each other. Just this kind of sniffing is interaction in itself. Socialization, when two dogs are socializing with each other, doesn't necessarily mean that the dogs have to touch each other. Socialization is also about just being in somebody's presence, being in another dog's presence and hanging out and sniffing and smelling and doing the things dogs do. I don't use toys at the moment, I don't throw sticks, I don't do anything, because while the dogs are getting to know each other, I want them just to hang out with each other, and I don't want to introduce anything into the mix that might cause one of them to become distrustful or to guard something from the other one. I want this relationship to go off right from the start. Amy has 2 dogs, and I didn't want to overwhelm Jasmine by making her have to greet both dogs at the same time. So what I like doing is to allow the dog to greet each dog separately, and then when the new dog that you're introducing is comfortable with both dogs by themselves, then you can have both dogs together. Hello. There. All right. Okay. Now I think it's okay to let them all off. Are we all right to let them off?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Okay, Chase.
Okay. Look at that. Look how she gives the butt to him too. It's such great language. That's good. James got a little bit feisty with the 2 dogs playing with each other, so Amy just called him off. And that's what you can do with your dogs. If you just see that things might be getting a little bit too much, call your dog away.
Don't forget that when you've introduced dogs to each other in neutral territory and then you go home, if you're having a dog that you're introducing to your family for good, make sure that those dogs are fed separately, at least for the first couple of weeks. Toys are given to them separately and chew time is separately. Every dog is going to need to have space away from each other for parts of the day. Make sure that good things happen to each dog when they're in each other's presence, and also take them out for a walk. Doing great physical exercise and great fun activities with your dogs will really help their relationship grow. That's how you introduce dogs to each other positively. I'm Victoria Stilwell for eHowPets.